Hey everybody, Jordan and Evan from Battlehawk Armory here. We are out at the range today with the Type A Blood Diamond Retro Rifle.
Right off the bat, you can see it looks super cool because it's got this really cool distress spray paint finish on it, like what you might see people doing in theater. This Blood Diamond here, again, kind of representative of stuff that you would see in the 90s, maybe the 2000s, perhaps in, popular media, synonymous with the Blood Diamond name. But what we've got on top is a actual carry handle upper, so there is no pick rail here. It does have a peep sight at the rear, but it has an aim point actually tied in to the carry handle here. So we've got an old school aim point with the rheostat on there. So we've got an optic. This sits it up at about 2.26 inches, so it's a little bit higher than what I've got on my rifle over there, but 2.26 is still a height that you see all the time and still a perfectly good way to mount an optic. And it also just looks really cool, kind of that classic vibe. We also have a Surefire light up front. Again, kind of a retro Surefire with a pressure pad under the tape here. So realistically, this is doing almost everything that the modern AR-15 is doing, but in a really cool classic retro reproduction.
Basically the only parts that are a little untrue to fashion. Type A included their own ambi safety and their own trigger. And also, as a Marine, I can't believe you didn't mention the bayonet lug.
That's true. It does have a bayonet lug, a little bit hard to utilize with the light up there.
But
does have kind of a faux moderator on it as well. But yeah, it does have a flat blade, nicer Type A trigger in it, as well as an ambi safety. So for the two of us as lefties, it should be a little bit nicer to use. But like I said, let's stuff some mags and let's go have some fun.
Let's do it.
We'll go ahead and shoot some box drills. So that would be 2 to the chest of the first target, 2 to the chest of the second target, headshot and a headshot. So basically we are engaging target 1, engaging target 2, and then finishing them off because the chest shots did not end the fight. So here we go. All right, so this has been for sure a really cool rifle. Definitely looks awesome, but you can definitely tell that the design is a little bit dated. We do have a pretty short stock back here, a mil-spec pistol grip, so I kind of have to almost wrap my fingers up a little bit high to get around this finger groove here. They just don't really jive with me. And then like the safety that I already pointed out. Charging handle is also a lower profile, mil-spec traditional charging handle. But despite all of those shortcomings and the shorter handguard with the light clamped up here, I'm still able to shoot this really well. So it just kind of goes to show you that you don't really need a lot of the bells and whistles of a modern rifle. You can still take something like this Type A Blood Diamond out, have a lot of fun with it, and it can look really cool. So we'll go ahead and get shooting again, have a little bit more fun. The rifle does shoot really soft. It seems to be gassed really well. So this Type A is shooting great. 2.6 seconds for double bill drill on 2 different targets. Everything all in the alpha. Gassed really well. Soft shooting. Good enough trigger. Still goes to show you that you can do a lot with a little. And that was essentially a controlled bill drill to the head, 2.5 seconds, everything in the head of that target. Shooting pretty good, very soft shooting rifle, even though it doesn't have some of those nice whiz-bang modern features like adjustable gas. So retro rifle still getting it done.
On one hand, it is an AR-15. You have standard AR-15 controls. So it's the same manual of arms, but it feels a little different compared to what we're used to. Like Evan might have noted, there's no comfortable way to hold this like I am used to. Kind of that C-clamp, I'm a little lazy with it, hold a little bit under. But with the Surefire and the way it's set up here, there's no good way to do that. So I end up back on the magwell a little bit. I feel like it's just a little bit different, but still shoots very well.
All right, so we just got done shooting this Type A Blood Diamond. Shot it pretty well, but Jordan, why don't you go ahead and kind of run us down what your thoughts were, what you kind of experienced shooting it today?
So a lot of it I would chalk up to individual familiarity with things on this rifle, like the trigger and getting a good grip on the handguard up here. Those are things that would come with time, just shooting it, just some range time. Like if this is your rifle and you went out with it once a month, you would be a lot more proficient than I would with this on the first time, obviously. So if this is your rifle, you would be more familiar. That's the main thing I encountered with this. Otherwise, it shot fantastic. I've got this monstrosity with, you know, LPVO, canted red dot, furniture I like, and all sorts of other stuff, Reptilia stuff. Shoots just about as well, to be entirely honest with you. An AR is an AR to a certain degree, and it's a pretty awesome machine in itself. So that thing shot awesome, and I really enjoyed it today.
We were shooting Fiocchi 223 Alpha. We had no stoppages, malfunctions of any kind. So it's definitely a well-built rifle right off the gate. Really well gassed, which is something that I kind of noticed in firing. It shot extremely soft, able to get really good hits. It also just kind of goes to show you that you don't necessarily need a lot of those modern features that we kind of tell ourselves we do. Yes, they are nice to have. Sure, I would like ergonomics that were a little bit more optimized for, you know, the two of us as left-handed shooters, but we were still able to get it done. Another really cool thing, just having not shot a rifle of this type in a little while, is the fact that you can actually co-witness your iron sights through the mount for the red dot. The mount up top with that Aimpoint, still perfectly usable. Works very similar to a lot of the standard stuff out there now. So definitely just kind of goes to show you that not only does it look great, but it's still perfectly usable. So this would be a really cool rifle if you're looking to just have something of the type for your collection. If you still want to take it out and enjoy it, or if you're looking for something kind of classic and retro that you maybe want to use for competition, self-defense, you know, home defense, anything like that, the Type A is definitely a really good option. So a lot of fun, really cool rifle. Enjoyed having it out at the range. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll look forward to seeing you here shortly for the next video.